Where should we start? I don't know. Where are we going to start today, guys? Which team should we start with? Guys,
we knew this was coming. We knew this was coming. Let's be honest about this, Roy. This wasn't a fluke. This wasn't lucky. This has been coming for a long time. We've seen performance after performance, defensively sound, fighting for everything. And the thing that was missing, was that big result, those big goals. And boy, did it happen this time. It doesn't get any bigger than this, Roy. Beating Saudi Arabia.
Dude, that's massive. Saudi Arabia, get this in your heads, Indonesia. Saudi Arabia beat Argentina at the World Cup, and you just beat Saudi Arabia, who just got a brand new world-class coach, Hervé Renard. And it was such a brilliant performance against a very, very strong team. They're not doing great, but they're a very strong team. And in the first 8 minutes, did you guys see the 2 chances in the first 8 minutes? Both should have been goals. At that moment, I started to get very, very worried. I was like, oh no, not this story again. Not this story where they miss these chances and it comes back to bite them. But they missed those chances. They made 2 more. They kept the clean sheet. Martin Pass was flying all over the place. Do you notice how he just flies for every ball, no matter how far away it is from the goal? It's unbelievable.
He's
His
a Garuda.
style, I love it. But what a game, guys. What an extraordinary performance from a team that continues to rise in Asia.
Yeah, of course, big news with Indonesia beating Saudi Arabia, Rahi. We've been waiting for Marcelino Ferdinand to show up. I talked about him many videos ago about this youngster's doing big things, and he finally shows up in the game against Saudi Arabia.
We were asking earlier, where are the goals going to come from?
Yeah.
Who's going to be the goal scorer for this team? Is it going to be Ragnar or Othman Goen? Is it going to be Stroik? But we forgot. We almost forgot. I almost forgot about the wonder kid himself. 21 years old. I mean, this was his moment. He's done it again and again for Indonesia. Struggled a bit domestically with Oxford at the moment, but he comes, and what a big moment. What incredible goals. I mean, the first one's insane. The second one, the composure, the run. But beyond that, he was all over the field doing everything. And I just love his little celebration after the goal, takes a seat, exhales, and reminds everyone in Indonesia he is the wonder kid, Roy. What a performance by a remarkable player.
He ain't even 21 yet. He's only 20. Only 20, so he still qualifies for the under 21 discount. But Roy, go ahead.
Amazing. Indonesians, you should be excited about this guy. You should be very, very excited about this guy. When was the last time there was a young, super exciting prospect on the Indonesian national team? I'd love to hear it in the comments. But this guy seems to be a superstar in the making. The first goal was so extraordinary. If you watch it back again, he had to curve that ball not only to the far post, but between like 6 Saudi Arabian players standing between him and that spot in the goal. It was unbelievable the way he was able to lace it perfectly in there. I like the guy, man. He's been quiet over the past few months. Let's be real. He's been kind of quiet for Oxford as well. But he stepped up, and I hope this is the first massive step of many, because he was, man, what a hero.
The composure, I mean, the finish, even the first goal, the feint, then the shot. The second goal, the delicate little chip. Spicy. I mean, that's class. That's class, my friends.
Spicy, man. Let's not forget, keep in mind, this Indonesian team, even though they've upped the level of talent by naturalizing players, by getting them on the national team, by doing this huge worldwide scouting effort, still no one seems to be giving credit to the man who's putting it all together. Mm-hmm. The man who is taking this group of players who have never played with each other before, who are all new to this team, this complete restructure, and making it work, making them motivated, excited, getting them to play that super high tempo attacking soccer. It's Mr. Shin Tae-yong, the Korean coach. He's done an extraordinary job in this game particularly, but in general, to take a team of guys who haven't played together over the past years and do what he's doing, and some credit.
He outcoached Hervé Renard in this game,
which is another incredible feat. Unbelievable.
it was a very smart tactical performance, right? They came out guns blazing in the first half, the first period. And then what they did so well, Roy, was that they sat, defended, and then when they countered quick, right? They countered with pace, and they were super effective going the other way. They conceded possession, which was very smart against the Saudi Arabian team because you know you can defend. I mean, there were warriors all over the field. Just another incredible performance. Verdonk, excellent performance. Ivar Yenar, another great performance. I mean, these player after player, you can go down the list. It was all impressive, right? Orat Mangon, also another thorn in the side of Saudi Arabia. Every player put in a performance, but they were smart in conceding the ball, breaking when they needed to, and when they did it with so much incisiveness, so much danger. And a lot of that comes from that they found a goal scorer. I mean, they've always had him, but he emerged on this stage now.
Yeah, and if you look at the stats, if you don't watch the game or even the highlights and just look at the stats, it seems like Saudi Arabia completely dominated this game. What did they have? 72% possession, but it didn't matter. The better team was Indonesia. The deserving team, even Hervé Renard said it. You see his quote? He said, Indonesia deserved to win this game. It's not common that you hear a national team coach come out and say the other team deserved it. Usually there's excuses, there's VAR, there's reffing, there's a bunch of other things. He said, no, Indonesia deserved this game 100%. Congrats to them. They were fantastic, man.
And to do it in those tough weather conditions in Jakarta as well, right? That's the way it goes. Okay, boys. Can the Indonesians start dreaming of the World Cup again? Because this is a completely different picture. Now the picture has completely shifted. We'll get into what happened in the group in a second for the rest of the teams. But can they start dreaming again? Can the fans start believing again? This is a big deal. 4 matches to go. A lot to play for.
Why not? Why not? There are some things to figure out, some things to clean up, and we can talk about those in a second. But right now, where they sit, 6 points, they're right there. The group has opened up like the parting of the Red Seas. And there is opportunity, Roy. There's opportunity for the Garudas to fly all the way to the US, Mexico, and Canada in 2026.
Yep. And Indonesia's rise has made this the most fascinating group in Asia. Let's be real. Because of their rise, this group, each game week, there's changes. Someone bumps up, someone bumps down. There's a complete change in the standings. It's unbelievable what a single point can do to a team in this group. And that's where Indonesia is. They're in a group that 1 point will make the difference between World Cup qualification and no qualification. There's the runaway winner on the top, but besides that, it is a battle to the death, and Indonesia is fully in the midst of it. And if they get one more good performance in this next game, they could be in a qualifying spot.
It's interesting. It's interesting. So the 4 matches obviously remaining are Australia away, which is a very hard match.
That's going to be
and
tough.
I would say the Japan away game, throw it out the window because let's just call that a loss, right? The games against China and Bahrain, with both of those, are home in Jakarta. That is going to decide the World Cup situation, or at least going to decide whether Indonesia makes it through to the next round. Those are such crucial matches that if you can get anything Australia away, that's like a nice icing on the cake too.
Yep.
100%. The one thing I will say, the one thing that disappointed me about this performance, just to say we need a little more composure from the Indonesians late. The red card, Hubner with the red card. There were a couple moments I thought when the game was in hand and they let the emotions get the better of them. As you're moving forward, you know that there's going to be moments at the end of these games. They're going to be dramatic. You have to see these players keep their composure a little better. Not to take anything away from this result, but remember, now you have a chance to actually qualify. It means 100 minutes of pure focus, right, Roy? You can't let your concentration slip, and that's the only thing at the end. I felt the red card very unnecessary.
Sure. I don't know if I agree with this one, Rocky, because that was a small price to play. That was a small price to pay for an extraordinarily aggressive, intense performance. And that red card, it didn't look like a stupid red card. It was him fighting for his life to win that ball back. And I appreciate that fight. And if that's the price they pay, a super late red card that ended up meaning nothing to the end result, I'll take it. I love that attitude. I love that relentless energy. I love the intensity. I love the aggression. And if it means getting a red card at the very end of the game, I'm fine with it. I would not want the Indonesians to reduce that at all, because this is what makes them special.
Okay. So I'm going to eat my Indonesian chip here that I was eating last time as a tribute to the Indonesian national team, as they deserve it on this day. Guys, we get to see Indonesia again sooner than we get to see the rest of the teams, because, of course, coming up very soon is the Southeast Asian Championship. Now, we don't know which players are going to come for that, and that all we can figure out later. But we do get to see Indonesia again. But just want your final thoughts for both of you as we finish off. I'm going to eat my chips while you guys finish off the final thoughts on the Indonesia match.
Can we go get a proper Indonesian meal? Not some chips, get some nasi goreng or something, guys. That's what we need to do to celebrate. What a day for Indonesia, but thoroughly deserved. And that's what I want to say. We've seen this coming for a while. This is a team on the rise. This is a performance that we've been waiting for, but it's also a result that this team, that this country deserves for the way that they've grown. And this is only the beginning, my friends. I really do believe that it's only the beginning.
Agreed 100%. I'm a little suspicious of Sahil here. I think he's eating American chips. Those look like the veggie chips I see at Trader Joe's, man. Look at the way he
made in Indonesia. Made in Indonesia. Made in Indonesia.
I don't know, man. I think I'm more Indonesian than those chips. Speaking of, I feel Indonesian, I have something to say.
Go ahead, Roy.
Oh, you went to the next class.
You complained last time that I kept saying the same thing, okay? I have a new phrase I have learned from my Indonesian lessons, and I will say it now. I hope I don't run out of breath. Sulamat untuk kemenang ambusar teman-teman Indonesia. Kalian luar biasa. Biasa.
If anybody understood that, please.
All right.
Thank you for your patience.
Thank you, Roy. Thank you, Nora. And thank you, Indonesia out there. We will see you again soon, and best of luck.